I am a beginner gamer and I want to become a professional esports FORTNITE Zero build player. Can AI help me become one in just 30 days? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking on a huge challenge. So I'm giving myself 30 days to go from noob to a pro. Can AI actually turn me into an esports FORTNITE Zero build master? Or am I setting myself up for a spectacular failure? Let's find out. Hey AI, please, can you help make me into a pro FORTNITE Zero build player?
All right, listen up, aspiring FORTNITE Zero build champion. You want to go pro? Let's ditch the pleasantries and dive straight into the battle plan. You're not just aiming to be good, you want to dominate. So let's forge your path to becoming an esports pro in FORTNITE Zero build. Ready to level up? Today, I'm going to show you tricks that all pros are doing in FORTNITE Zero build to make their gameplay significantly better. Now, these are all fairly advanced tricks that your average player knows nothing about. Alright, so the first trick that pros are always doing, and this is kind of a general one, is that they're always using utility items. Oftentimes, they're combining utility items to get an advantage in a fight, something that a novice player will never do. By sprint sliding, you actually lose a lot less stamina because you carry your momentum between your slides. You're actually saving a lot of stamina. Now, when you sprint jump, you burn a ton of stamina. So that's the #1 thing you want to avoid doing in a fight. Watch the sprint, jump, and watch my stamina bar 3 sprint jumps, and I'm out of stamina. Master aim. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. In a shooter like FORTNITE, mastering your aim is obviously important because that's how you, win. So do yourself a favor and actually practice your aim. Type in island code 1611-0113-8283 and get to work. It's an aim plus mechanics mode created by 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿, where you can practice your aim anytime you want. It even has a mode with an AI jumping around and shooting back to simulate a live fire experience. Spending as little as 5 minutes a week practicing your aim and getting a feel for the guns you use really does make a difference in not only your skill, but also your confidence. Visualize sound effects. In every shooter, you always want to listen for enemies. After all, it sucks when someone sneaks up on you. But in the process of constantly listening for enemies, sometimes you just don't hear them. That's why you should turn on the Visualize sound effects feature in FORTNITE. It will physically add a visual cue to any sound in the game, so you can be more aware of what's around you. Keep the high ground. Welcome to the high life. In FORTNITE, you want to keep to the high ground as it's much easier to shoot down on someone than to shoot up at them. In the game, prioritize finding the high ground and sticking to it. Bonus points if you defend the high ground with a long-range weapon. I'm looking at you, snipers. Scan the horizon and look for enemy movement. Like all shooters, this is a game where you never want to be surprised. Be sure to constantly scan the horizon for enemy movement. Pay attention to sound cues, and keep your eyes on the little red firing dots. Little habits like this can be the difference between a victory royal or a royal pain-in-the-ass ambush. Use cover. Hey Rambo, have you ever thought about using some cover? If you're tired of looking like Swiss cheese after an enemy shoots holes in you, you may want to try and use cover. Besides, keeping you alive, it helps break your enemy's line of sight and can keep you in the game longer. Know when to fight and when to run. You gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. Wrong song. In FORTNITE, you need to know when to push an enemy and when to run away from one. The caveat is each situation, like snowflakes, is different. A general rule of thumb is if you can beat them, you have a numbers advantage, you have the jump, or you have insane guns. Feel free to push their ass right out of the game. If you think you're outmatched, there are other third-party squads nearby, or you're going to be fighting the ring, forget the fight and move along. Think like your enemy. Do you think you might want that great piece of cover on the other side of the ring? Well, your enemy probably thinks the same thing. Get in the habit of thinking like your enemy, especially in the endgame. With the ring smaller, there's only so much cover, so you can often predict where your enemy is. Minimize the line of sight. If you're running away and/or sneaking up, always try to minimize your enemy's line of sight. This means playing the crest of the hill so you're hidden, running behind trees, creeping through bushes, and hiding. It's simple. If your enemy can't see you, they can't shoot you.
I am going to apply all that you taught me through 30 days by playing a mixture of practice game modes and casual games, and then I will attempt to play some ranked games to see if I have potential of turning pro.
Designation. Such power must be wielded with precision. Press the assault trooper. Hold nothing back. Victory is the only acceptable outcome. Legendary weapon. Such the final engagement are upon us. Show your mettle.
I think this AI experiment was a huge success. 30 days of training was tough, but I think it paid off. I had some very high placements in ranked and quite a lot of eliminations. I am nowhere near a pro esports player, but I am 10% closer than I was before as a complete beginner. I am going to keep on practicing to improve little by little each day. I hope that this inspires you to try chase your dreams no matter how big. Because if your dreams don't scare you, you are not dreaming big enough. Thanks for being part of the community. We love hearing your thoughts in the comments, so let us know what you think. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to never miss out on more insane AI challenges.